Along the garden pathway, one comes to this particular statue of Saint Francis and the wolf. The wolf is calmly lying down at the feet of Saint Francis. There's a story behind this, and that is one of the miracles of Saint Francis of Assisi was that in the village of Gubbio in Italy, this wolf appeared and was terrorizing the town. First, the wolf consumed all of the loose animals and livestock over a period of time. Then the wolf started to attack and consume some of the citizens of the town. Try as they did, the citizens were not able to destroy the wolf. He was smarter and, for the most part, larger than they were. When word reached St. Francis, he decided to do something about it. And he told the people that he would leave the town and go out and seek out this wolf and try to stop the carnage. The people were afraid for St. Francis because they were afraid to leave the town lest they be consumed by the wolf. So they said, "Please don't go, he will devour you." But St. Francis, knowing that he was strong in his faith, went out from the town and looked for the wolf. It did not take him very long to find the wolf, who was resting in a patch of grass and flowers, much like this wolf is today. When the wolf saw St. Francis, he jumped up, bared his teeth, and charged towards St. Francis, as if to say, "There's another meal there." Well, when the wolf was about 20 yards of St. Francis gave the sign of the cross and said a small prayer or short prayer. And lo and behold, the wolf stopped dead in his tracks. The wolf, all of a sudden, became calm and came up to St. Francis and followed him back to the town. Well, the townspeople were terrified. Here's St. Francis coming back through the gates, and alongside of him was this ferocious wolf. St. Francis told the crowds, "Do not fear, for I have made a bargain with the wolf." He looked at the wolf and said, "If you will no longer attack the animals or the people of the town, they will feed you for the rest of your life." The wolf looked at St. Francis, raised his right paw, placed it in the hand of St. Francis, as if to say, "I agree. I will no longer harm the good citizens of the town. I will no longer consume their pets and livestock." And from that day forward, the wolf could roam about town, and wherever he stopped, whatever house that he chose, they would feed him. And there was no longer any problem with the wolf. But the story doesn't end there. The wolf died 2 years later. The townspeople were actually sad. These were the same townspeople who feared the wolf 2 years before. They decided that what St. Francis had done with the wolf was indeed a miracle or act of God, and they buried the wolf outside of their chapel. Well, along comes 1872, and renovations were being made to the chapel. And while they were digging around the foundation, they found the bones of a large animal under a concrete slab. The bones were examined and felt to be consistent with that of a large wolf. So what might have been fiction was substantiated by this finding. And the people were so joyed that they had rediscovered the remains of the wolf that they removed them into the renovated chapel and created a new resting place for the wolf. This story is the reason for this particular statue and station being here, to memorialize one of the deeds of St. Francis.